tactics to force their views on everyone else.
It's not really a case of forcing our views on everybody else. It's a case of making sure that animals are no longer killed for food, for pleasure, or whatever. Now, looking back into history to other rightful causes, the abolition of slavery, the emancipation of women, hand in hand, political lobbying has gone with unlawful activity. To help a slave escape was a criminal offence. Who now, with hindsight, would criticise those who broke the law? And I believe in years to come that people will look back on those who tried to save animals and say that we and those who do it were right.
Nonetheless, living in a democracy as we do, everyone has the right to express their views.
Only humans. Animals don't have any representation.
Well, they can hardly vote.
No, and in the past, of course, slaves had no vote. And in other so-called democracies of the world, humans have no vote.
I think re-examine consciences in terms of improving techniques all the time, yes, and that's a good, healthy thing for society. And that's something that we in the meat industry and the agricultural industry totally understand and indeed support. All the time, as I've said, we're doing more and more research because we have got, obviously, our own natural instincts here in the United Kingdom are to be very, very animal friendly, as it were. And we've got a marvellous record in this country. But I think a proper revisitation of improving techniques is entirely right. But to go to the extremes that we're now hearing about is really quite absurd. And I think, frankly, the British public are beginning to see that.
The older the person is, the harder it is for them to change. So it's a drip, drip, drip effect. And you find that a lot of older people will go vegetarian very, very gradually. With young people, it's the opposite. They turn overnight. But it is happening. There's no doubt that this change is happening in Britain.
Acts of violence gain headlines, giving lawbreakers the oxygen of publicity. This programme has chosen to examine their arguments and beliefs. It also questions their right to force those beliefs on others by violent means. What will the public make of what they've now heard? Will meat eating go into further decline in response to their arguments? Will humans rethink their relationship with animals? Will our consciences be eased by steps to make factory farming more humane? The debate is now on.